Donald Trump is in Saudi Arabia right now, where I'm sure he's working very hard for you and me. No, he's definitely making himself tons of money. He's not helping himself because he was on stage in front of a really important group of people, as well as many cameras, and he could not help but fall asleep. His mental decline is becoming more and more apparent each and every day. And this is happening as Republicans, like not like the Tim Millers of the world, but Republicans who are MAGA are coming out against Donald Trump's gift from Qatar. Listen to this.
Different than a gimme putt. And the Constitution in Article 2 talks about the president can't take emoluments or gifts from foreign leaders. And so there is a provision in the Constitution that says you can't do this. And so the question is, can you do it if it's only for official purposes? If it came to someone in Congress, they can vote and the Ethics Committee can look at it. With his, there will have to be some kind of adjudication. This has never been done, and it's not like a ride on the plane. We're talking about the entire $400 million plane. I think it's not worth the appearance of impropriety. Whether it's improper or not, I don't think it's worth it. The other problem with Qatar is, see, I've spent time trying not to sell weapons to Qatar because they have human rights violations of their people. Many of their people are prevented from participating in the government, and some of the minority religious folks in Qatar are treated poorly. And so I really haven't been a big fan, and I wonder if our ability to judge their human rights record would be clouded by the fact of this large gift.
It is incredible that he is saying that, not only at all, but on Fox News of all places. I cannot believe I agree with Rand Paul. We also have more comments from Nikki Haley, where she said this: accepting gifts from foreign nations is never good practice. It threatens intelligence and national security, especially when that nation supports a terrorist organization and allows those terrorist regimes to live on its soil. Regardless of how beautiful the plane may be, it's not beautiful. That plane is disgusting. That plane is disgusting. I don't care. You can be rich and still not have taste. You can buy the gaudiest stuff and still never have style. That plane is absurd, and it's truly visually offensive. It's just visually offensive. I do not want the United States seal on that plane. All right, it's a side note. It opens the door and implies the president and the U.S. can be bought. If this were Biden, we would be furious. It doesn't imply. It is exactly that is the case of the matter, Nikki Haley. Donald Trump has a sale price, and apparently it's a $400 million plane. Mike Lawler, who is potentially running for governor of New York, said this.
Look, let's face it, Hamas is based in Qatar. Okay, how do they explain that away? Hamas is based in Qatar, and what about this plane? What are your thoughts on this jumbo jet that the Qataris want to give President Trump?
Well, I'm still seeking to get more clarity and information on it. I think obviously, from the president's standpoint, he wants to be able to have a plane that meets the needs of him and his administration. But obviously, we don't want to be straight up accepting any type of gift from any foreign government. Certainly not, one that can be viewed in a way that obviously has been presented here.
They're like, play the music, get this guy off camera. He is going after Donald Trump. It is actually quite incredible that all these different types of Republicans are coming out as forcefully as they did. And as I showed you yesterday, Lauren Loomer and Tim Pool, who are both MAGA influencers, also were against this idea as well. Ted Cruz says, I also think the plane poses significant espionage and surveillance problems. I certainly have concerns. There are many concerns. And one thing, like Donald Trump's like, oh, who wouldn't take the gift? Who wouldn't take the gift? It's not a gift. It's not a gift. As someone mentioned, Rep. Joe Courtney says, this isn't really a gift. You'd basically have to tear the plane down to the studs and rebuild it to meet all the survivability, security, and communication requirements of Air Force One. It's a massive undertaking and an unfunded one at that. It's a great gesture, Trump told reporters. I would never be one to turn down that common offer. It's not an offer. It's going to cost us a ton of money. The cost of a retrofit like this would likely be on the order of a heavy maintenance cycle for a VC-25A, which is in the tens or even hundreds of millions of dollars. So that $400 million plane just came became a $400 million price tag for taxpayers. And that's not a trivial thing to do. That alone would cost tens of millions of dollars just to sweep the aircraft for software modifications or any embedded foreign tech, which of course they would have to do. On top of that, it would take staff away who are building the next Air Force One to work on retrofitting this monstrosity. All right, let's look at this real fast. Because Donald Trump fell asleep while talking to Saudi Arabia leaders when he was there to sign a new agreement, which he said is a $600 billion deal for the United States. We'll see if that actually happens.
Read a lot of the material now out of Saudi Arabia, and Mohammed bin Salman is saying on a Palestinian state. And I don't necessarily recall several years ago, pre-October 7th, as that being a demand that he had necessarily stated publicly. Do you think...
Oh my God. Wow, that's really bad. And then here's some reactions. Someone just, I mean, is there that much of a difference between this and that? That looks like the same photo. Ron Filipkowski just said, Sleepy John. Someone else said, should Biden have run again? No, I don't know if I agree with that, but could the media just as easily make a scandal out of Trump's team covering up his, let's be real, very obvious mental decline? Yes. Yes. And someone else mentioned, if this was Biden, the press would be losing their effing minds. Where are you, Jake Tapper? Where are you at, Jen Psaki, Jon Stewart, Bill Maher? I want to tell you who's not asleep is Chuck Schumer, who woke up. Schumer is going to block the Department of Justice nominations over Trump's Qatar plane gift. Senator Minority Leader Chuck Schumer is placing holds on all Justice Department political appointees in response to President Donald Trump's acceptance of a $400 million luxury jet as a gift for Qatar's royal family. It's the first time Schumer has ever placed a blanket hold on a set of presidential nominees as Democrats go all in to raise an alarm about what they say is an unconstitutional arrangement between Trump and Qatar. Absolutely. I mean, this is what we need to be doing. Chuck Schumer should have been doing this from the start, but I'm glad he's doing it now. We need to be using every single tool of leverage that we have to stop this from happening. And also, if he does accept this gift, the second Democrats control the House, we need to impeach his ass over this. It is such an easy story to tell that you can't accept $400 million gifts from foreign governments because it's actually in the Constitution. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked the video, please hit like in the video. And if you're not subscribed, consider subscribing. And I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.